Running is an important part of my identity. It's time for myself. That repetitive pounding that becomes so meditative. When I have a research question, that I just don't know how to proceed. Running can give me a totally different perspective. My name is Fiecas. I'm an associate professor in the Division of Biostatistics and Health Data Science. I collaborate with researchers across many different departments in the University of Minnesota. Yeah, you said you had some new data to show, right? We work on biomedical studies, analyzing data that leads to new insights. And for me specifically, I work on data related to the brain. When it comes to, what is neuroscience and the study of the brain, there's just so many different angles in which we can look at this. Mental health, neurodegenerative diseases. And then there are also things that affect the brain itself, such as adverse experiences or prenatal exposure to substances and the subsequent impact that has on the infant's brain. When you think of neuroscience, you're probably not thinking about math, but you need it. If you want to study the brain, you gotta have data. And with data, in order to analyze that, you need your math skills. It's not just number crunching. Yes, that is part of it, but it's not all of it. There was a person that just got summarized really into just a number or multiple numbers in a spreadsheet. That person has a story. And that is what we do in statistics, it turns out. We are storytelling with the data. And what is that story? I was born in Manila, Philippines. Moved to the United States when I was around 5 or 6 years old. A lot of rough patches, not only in the transition, but also just adapting to our new environment, just feeling different from a lot of people around me. Certainly from elementary school all the way to the end of middle school, I was the only Asian kid in my class. And then when we get to high school, I was one of the 4. Being a minority was certainly exacerbated when there's no one who looks like me, or barely any of us, who looks like how I look. It was through those feelings of isolation that I began my journey on finding out who it is that I am. I was good at math. As I progressed through school, it was clear not only to me, but to others around me. I had a skill and talent for it. That feeling of being alone actually didn't matter, because I'm just here for the math. I'm just here for the equations. I went to the University of Houston for my undergrad. After that, I was pursuing a master's degree in mathematics at the University of Illinois. By the time I got to undergrad and grad school, I know that I wasn't alone anymore. I joined the Philippine Student Association, which put me in touch with a lot of Filipinos. I started to really feel at peace with who I am and not feel so alone anymore. I was pursuing a master's degree in mathematics, but for whatever reason, I started taking class in statistics. And I hated statistics at this point in my life. And to me, it didn't really resonate with me. But the person teaching this statistics course was this other Filipino man. When I saw him, I saw what I could be, where my career trajectory could go. And it was because of him that I started analyzing the brain. Someone who also was this brown immigrant Asian was able to go through this and succeed. Why can't I? The adverse experiences that I had growing up, the challenges that I went through, these are things that I can overcome. When I was working with him, I wasn't seeing the brain as this important part of the puzzle. What I saw was a puzzle. That was it. But then as I started to really get into it, starting to really think about, what is this data that I have? Yes, I know it's the brain. There's a lot of unique individuals out there, which means that there's a lot of stories that the data could be telling. Corinne, I think you're up first, right? You've been looking at cortical thickness of the brain. You have this figure up. You want to talk us through it? In my current role now, I started to really feel like I should also provide that degree of mentorship to future students. One man changed my life, and I don't know, how many lives that I could change. But, all it really takes is just one person. And that's why I feel like, for me, if I can change one person's life, I think that would be great. An important thing that I try to instill in my students is to really think about, who the people are in the data. And not only that, but the other side of the coin is who was left out. Who are those people? Demographic breakdown. Tell the story behind the data. That's not crunching numbers anymore. Storytelling is an art form. A lot of my life story is about embracing who I am. I'm a data scientist. I'm a statistician. I am a father. I am a musician. I am a runner. I am so many things. By embracing all these different identities, it allows me to really share a whole lot with my son and with my wife. The advice I would have for younger students who are asking the question of what do I want to do? What interests you? What do you find interesting? What do you find fascinating? And when you have an answer to that, or as you are, working on your answer to that, how can you challenge yourself in that? And those challenges are important to have, because it's only through challenges that you will grow.